Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Kickstarter in the current year, where, it's been a week, huh? I will immediately say, there are a bunch of projects that Lobster and some other people have found and posted on the Discord server. In particular, there was this one, which would have been very relevant. It's about, making a unbiased news website. But the project, I mean, it's stupid, it asks for way too much money, but it wasn't that interesting. So instead, I just went off to the Kickstarter Discover page, and I sorted by projects near me. Somehow I had a hunch this would bring up some gems, and it certainly did. It brought up this one project about cats, and I decided, you know what, that's what we need today. We need to do an episode about cat projects, except maybe not this cat project in particular. But the first project we're going to look at is the least terrible of the bunch. It's a project that is, like, at its core, not bad. It's not a bad project to make. It's completely fine to make. Technically, it's just a bad idea because it's never going to be funded. Although they make a good case for it, and then you can tell that it's not going to be funded with because it's Katie's Cat Cafe. With 5 days to go and a $15,000 goal, they're not making it because, well, you don't go on Kickstarter to make ultimately just very localized projects. I'm gonna put on the video, but I'm immediately gonna say that I'm probably gonna have to replace the music on the video because their pitch video is just 20 seconds of a slideshow of different cats edited together with the taco song putting on the Ritz. It's certainly a choice. Now, the reason I say this is not the worst example of these kinds of projects is that, they make a case for it down here, saying every single pledge will go to benefit cats in the community. You basically $700 will provide one cat with shelter, care, and love. If you like cats, that's kind of a decent incentive. It's just that everything else about it is like, oh, we're gonna help the local community. It's gonna be a great place to go. We're gonna do movie nights and cat yoga and whatever. It's like, I don't live in Sarasota, Florida, so I don't really benefit from funding this project, and neither will most of the people, with visiting the website. Maybe if you got the spread around enough in your local community, in your township, in your city, maybe you'll find some success. But I'm sorry to say, Marion, you might need to find your funding somewhere else. The reason I started with that project is that the next two projects are different. First, let's look at Cat and Pet Door Restrictor. Lightweight and foldable pet door curtain with flap door. This is a project that I found that was near me by Pasi Lakonen, which I'm guessing is a Finnish man because his name sounds like Kimi Räikkönen. I'm not sure if the music's gonna be copyrighted, but I think the best way to appreciate the pitch video is if I just try and read out the text as it appears. I'm also going to add that my throat's a little sore. I'm coughing off camera constantly because I'm at home sick. This is not going to help, probably. His mention is in Jupiter. Doors open there, side protection is cat's door to the small gap by side opening exterior doors. Design block the afternoon, preventing all the insects and debris from entering while still allowing pets to go through. It's fucking impossible. How do you make a pitch video and you put text in your pitch video and you make no effort to check if it's even possible to read the text, if you've given enough time to read the text in your pitch video? I maybe Pasi Lakonen is a boy genius here and reads all of that immediately. He's like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, where he just flips through the pages and he reads the entire thing instantly. I'm not. I don't think most people on this website are. So that's definitely a choice. Now, what about the product itself? Well, if you didn't understand from this perfectly clear pitch video and information provided within it, it is a cat door that is not actually like a little door, like a little flap. It is like a separate thing you put on your door, but like keeping the door slightly ajar. And like both of the terrible projects we're gonna look at today, they have AI generated images here. This one is quite amazing. So, you know, it gives you a rundown on the door here, that you'll get energy savings, keeps warm in, keeps watt air inside, inside, keeps warm air and insects and pollen, blocks air, insects and pollen. Again, you know, insects and pollen are so relevant, they gotta make multiple times. Pet access, conveniente pet access, and then at the bottom, they had to sort of like, you know, show that there's a cat going through something, you know, going through the flap, but the AI hadn't generated the flap here because the AI probably got confused. Why do you want me to generate you a door that then opens up to this blocked off curtain thing, like a real fake door? I don't know where you want me to put a flap, so it probably didn't. But they really solved that problem by just putting a white square behind the cat. Oh, that's not where the AI generated imagery ends. Here's this one with a dog, where blocks airflow, pet friendly, blocks dust, leaves, and wind. It again doesn't make any sense, and the AI has just generated a goddamn curtain. All it has done is generated an image where a dog is going through a curtain. That is all you've done here. So what is their actual solution? Well, basically you have the door slightly ajar, and then there's a curtain that wraps around and is like covering the door part, that, you know, the little gap rather than the cat can go through it, with the idea that opposed to a regular cat door, which flaps open and shut, and you know that lets cold air in, or as opposed to you having to run there and back to let your cat in or out, or dog in or out the house. They can just do it themselves like a flap, but it's supposed to, you know, help keep your house warm. Except the problem here that I'm seeing is there is still a flap. Obviously, the cat is using it in your pictures. There's still a flap. You are also just keeping your door ajar, and you're making now here the claim that somehow your curtain is perfect and will always, you know, perfectly wrap around the door and insulate your, insulates better, or at least just as well as, you know, the door being closed. And also, in your goddamn images, there is a gap. You can see a gap between the curtain at the top and the corner of, like, the hinge of the door. And you look at the design images, and it's all the same. There's always a little gap. How is this going to keep your house warmer than just a door, a little flap that is otherwise, like, fairly well shut? I don't... Posse, get back to the drawing board and figure this out. You've made $0. You have 4 days to go. Get your shit together, Posse. And finally, the last project, the Creme de la Creme. I've been using that phrase way too much. The Purr and Sip Cafe, another cat cafe. And you may be thinking, well, it's just another cat cafe project. Why did you list the first one as being decent and then this one as not being decent? I mean, the first one didn't have a great pitch video, it didn't have a great description, it didn't have anything. This one is horrendous. This one is another instance of peak AI slop. Absolute peak AI slop, and you'll see why. I mean, you already see why when you open the project, and the thumbnail has this startled cat in the front, and in the back you have this poster which reads, "Thonas and he me brave stand." So that is the quality you can come to expect from all of the text in the video, except, well, I'll just play the video and let you see. So the entire pitch video is going to be a slideshow. It's going to be a slideshow where on one side you have a block of text that you just have to read on yourself. You pause the video and you read every bit of text to have information about the project, and you may be thinking, hey, wouldn't you just put all that information in your project description instead? Yes, you would. Hey, wouldn't you be able to record at least some audio, at least explaining some things yourself, or a video or something? Yes, you could. Would that require more effort than just putting the first piece of garbage AI slop that gets thrown your way by an AI generator? Yeah, that would require a bit more effort, and as such, obviously, nobody here has decided to do that. Which really peaks once they get to slides where the AI generated image has text on it. Hey, do you want to hazard a guess if they read the text and tried to fix it in post in any kind of way and put in even the slightest bit of effort into this project? You know, the previous project at least had that white square. You wanna make a bet on it? Why purr and sip stands out? So far, so good. Cat yoga. Cat yoga. Cats purr and sip. Competitive cat yoga. Children's book readings. Cart and yoga. Competitors. Cat library. Cat library. Cat library. Adoptable cats. Adoptable cats. Sorry, adoptable cats. We're not done here. We're not done. I didn't say we're done here, because we got Kitty Cat Lounge versus Purr and Sip Cafe. Apparently they're making two things now. Kitty Cat Lounge. Kitty Cat Lounge. Adoptable Cat Lounge. Take Puriates. Cat Lounge. Okay, now on the Purr and Sip Cafe side, you got cat yoga, yoga classes, Puriates. So whether you go to the Kitty Cat Lounge or Purr and Sip Cafe, either way you're getting some Puriates, which is pretty good. Adoptable cats, like movie nymphs, cat knocked, children's book, private events, Purr and Sip. And it just keeps going. You keep going further, and there are more slides. There are more horribly AI-generated, garbled text blocks. And you're just like, how does that happen? How do you make this? How do you consciously make this decision to put these images into your project? You can clearly read. You can read that they're spewing nonsense. Why do you put that in there? Why even bother trying to AI generate a bunch of text and data when you know it doesn't work? Here is a pie chart. 40%, 40%, 20%, 25%, 25%, 15%, and 20%. Now, let's go through those percentages real quick. So, these first two have no labels on them, and they amount to 80%. Equipment is split into two halves, both in 20%, that's 40%, so you're at 120% right now. Then you have marketing, and marketing. So 3 times marketing, twice for 25%, and one more tiny take for 15%. So you are at 185% total. I don't know. It sounds like you're a bit over budget, if that's accurate. It sounds like you're a bit over budget. You might want to cut, some of the marketing, some of the, one of the 40% unallocated cash that is just going into the void. Maybe take that out of the void. Maybe bring that back into the free budget. Maybe you'll finance this thing a little bit better. Maybe those $15,000 you want people to give for your AI cat slop cafe, maybe that would be better spent, not thrown into the giant burning money pit. That's gonna do it for today's video. There's not much else to look at in here in this project. It's quite bad, and it's also a wonderful reminder. No matter what happens in this world, no matter how the politics of the world go, no matter what, no matter how divided we all get, Kickstarter is always going to be complete ass. It's always going to be terrible. It's gonna be some real drags that you're looking at. The best projects, if you sort by the newest ones, are like D&D things, art things, and porn. Anything other than that, frankly, good luck. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a comment and a like. That helps a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more. I always see that I have a bunch of new viewers coming in, and they seem to enjoy the content, but then they don't subscribe. It actually helps a lot. It helps the algorithm to have a bit more subscribers, I've noticed. And it really helps the most if you can, share the videos around. To this day, that is the best way to help this channel. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll look at some dog projects for quality. Just little sparks coming off, and the entire thing is clearly shaking and thus not getting a clean cut, which you can see on the final product. You can see the jagged edges on the tuning fork. It's uneven, it's clumsy, it is just terrible. And yet if you go down here, you will see